Over in Scotland, it's Youth Day at the Cop26 climate conference and young people want their voices heard. Youth activists have been calling for an end to climate betrayal by world leaders, saying they're tired of hearing so many excuses. And what they are really working towards is how to keep leaders accountable after November 12th when Cop26 ends. Joining me now from Glasgow is Science and Environment correspondent Audrey Tan. Hi Audrey. Audrey, COP26 is putting the global spotlight on young people today. But what about on the local level here in Singapore? Is there a real push to bring youth who want a greater stake in shaping policies into the conversation?
Hi, Haranto. Yes, so today is November 5th, a Friday, and it has been designated Youth Day here at COP26. Protests are expected later today, and already we can see people, the police setting up barricades to block off the roads. But yes, as you mentioned, to coincide with Youth Day here at COP26, a group of Singaporean youth has also come together to put together a statement outlining 18 different recommendations to the Singapore government on how their future can be safeguarded against the environmental crises, including climate change and the biodiversity extinction. So they have put together a statement. It's available online now, and they outline recommendations such as having Singapore set bolder climate targets. Currently, Singapore plans to have its emissions reach a maximum in 2030. They now want them to push forward to 2025, and they want Singapore to reach net zero by 2050 as recommended by the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change. This is something that Singapore said they will do in the later half of the century. On top of that, they have also outlined recommendations about the conservation of nature in places like, for example, Clementi Forest. They're also urging the government to be more inclusive in getting different aspects of youth in involvement in terms of getting their feedback on governmental policies that could impact them, such as on the energy transition. So they have cited how, in the European Union, youth are actively engaged with on this front, and they would like to see that in Singapore as well. So Friday has been designated Youth Day, and I guess that is also significant because I think since Greta Thunberg first started striking outside the Swedish Parliament on Fridays, it has taken off a movement of its own called Fridays for Future. So it will be interesting to see how the protests pan out later on.
Audrey, when we last spoke with you on Wednesday, world leaders had left Glasgow after committing to deals on methane emissions and deforestation. Give us a sense of what else we can expect from COP26 this weekend and next.
So Sunday is a rest day for negotiators, so the venue is closed, but we can expect more protests tomorrow, Saturday. It's going to be an international day of protests where there will be protests all over the world, including in many locations in Britain itself. But beyond that, beyond the headline pledges that we've been seeing coming out from the Conference of the Parties meeting here, I think one of the crucial things that's ongoing in the background is the negotiations on coming up with the Paris rule book. So in 2015, we all know that almost 200 nations came together to adopt the Paris Agreement. And under the Paris Agreement, it sets out bold aims, which is to limit global warming to 2 degrees Celsius, preferably 1.5 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels. What this meeting aims to do is to translate those aims into action. And countries are gathering here today to come up with a Paris rule book to guide their implementation. So this is something that we should be looking out for next week when the high-level segment commences. Singapore's Minister for Sustainability and the Environment, Grace Wu, will be here in Glasgow. And so that's definitely something to look out for next week as well.
Thank you so much, Audrey, for the updates. That was Science and Environment correspondent Audrey Tan, who is in Glasgow right now. You can follow our coverage of COP26 on straitstimes.com.